Hello everyone, I wanted to make this video so I could give a little bit of a description and tell a little bit more about this show, this live stream that I'm going to be doing and that I am doing, and eventually will be fully branded and announced in partnership with MLB. I will be streaming on my own YouTube channel every day except for Fridays. Obviously, occasionally I'll take a day off because that's life, but for the most part I'm going to try to get at least 30 minutes in every day except for Fridays, because Fridays I'm going to be streaming over on the MLB YouTube channel, so you can follow along there. Really encourage you guys to comment, like, subscribe, interact with me as much as possible. There's going to be a chat. If you happen to be watching me live, I would love to get some input on things I should dive into. There's an email address, which is baseballandcoffeetheshow@gmail.com, where you can leave comments. Hopefully they're nice comments, because if they're not, they will be ignored. But I want you guys to help me on this journey, help me steer this ship, if you will. I'm trying to figure out exactly how this is going to play out, and I really would like some input from my viewers. All videos after the live is recorded will then show up on my YouTube page, so they'll be there forever. And they can always be gone back and watched at any point. And the function of this, the mechanics of this live stream is very similar to a gaming stream. I don't know if you've ever watched anybody on YouTube or Twitch play a video game where they basically go into a screen share mode. So I'm going to show what that looks like. You're going to see this type of camera, and I'm going to bounce between things on the web and this dugout app, which is the app that the players have in the dugout. This is how we all review our at-bats. The pitchers review their innings. You can check some things. This is how you find out if pitches were balls and strikes. You can go tell the umpire, I had that pitch off the plate, you called it a strike. They don't like when you use the technology to prove them wrong, but that's the reality. So just to show you the mechanics of this, if we want to jump into yesterday's Yankees game, actually this is a few days ago, Yankees versus the Blue Jays. We can watch, Judge get a single here. I can jump in, and the beauty of this is we can see the pitch. We can see what happened. Nice attempt here, actually. But we can also see that he hit this ball 98 miles an hour at a -18 launch angle. It only went 10 feet until it hit the ground, and the pitch was an 88 mile an hour slider, 2256 RPM on the spin rate. That's how fast the ball was spinning at a 160-degree spin axis, which is the direction the ball was spinning. The pitcher got 5.7 feet of extension off the mound, so that's the distance off the rubber where the ball is released from. It had a -2.9 inches of horizontal break. It had -33.1 inches of vertical break, but we don't really look at vertical break. In pro baseball lingo, we talk about induced vertical break. So this had 1.8 inches of induced vertical break, which is not a lot. This ball had dropped to it. That's what that would be telling us. But that's the idea. I can kind of jump in. I can show you the center field camera, the first base camera of the hitter, the third base camera of the hitter, the first base camera of the pitcher, the third base camera of the pitcher. And if there's something exciting that we need to see the whole field, we can look at the high home. This was kind of what it would look like from the high home cam. So you can see the whole play. I think this is a really cool way to watch the game. It allows me to add a lot of context into what we're doing and what I'm talking about. And that way I don't have to show you highlights. I don't have to get into storylines unless they're especially compelling. But really, we can just watch some baseball. We can learn from it. I can utilize my 15 years of experience in the major leagues to kind of give you some insight about how I'm watching it and what I'm taking away from it. And, we'll just get a little bit smarter about baseball each and every day. And if we cover this for the whole season, I think we'll learn quite a bit, and we'll be in a much better spot to enjoy the playoffs when those roll around, because we'll have probably learned a little bit about every team and a lot of the notable players this season who are really, delivering baseball excellence. And that's what this show's about, is watching baseball excellence, trying to figure out the why and the how. And we're going to do it with a nice cup of coffee. I'll show you my coffee beans every day, what we're drinking. That's how I like to get my morning started, and I hope that it can be how you like to get your morning started. So with that being said, I really appreciate you watching everything that will be coming from here on out. And this is a little bit of a chat. I'm going to give a little bit of a chat of what this show is all about. And there it is. We're just going to have a good time watching the game, adding a little context to those box scores. You don't have to use your imagination anymore. We can actually watch with our eyes what happened and see what we can learn. So thank you so much, and I hope you really enjoy this project.